Fashion is my language, but my reunion look says otherwise. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Raphael and I'm here to review part 1 of the reunion to season 13 of the Real Housewives Getting Chewed Up of Beverly Hills. We start the reunion off with everyone getting ready in their trailers. We see Kyle. Andy goes to visit her. He tells her, hey, Hoochie. He tells her, just want to let you know that Mauricio is actually going to come out and join us later, okay? She's like, wait, what? You're actually going to hold me accountable? You're going to make me talk about my marriage? Something I've been avoiding talking about all season? You're actually going to force me to do that, Andy? Andy's just like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. You know I would never do that. You're my favorite. You know I have to take it easy on you, despite what everybody says online. Kyle is just like, oh, okay, thank goodness. And I just don't understand Andy Cohen. I just don't understand because Mauricio was a big portion of Kyle's storyline. So why wouldn't he come out and explain his side of the story in this whole marriage? If anything, he should have been the first chair opposite from Kyle, but again, bravo. And Andy, you blew that, but obviously Netflix got to Mauricio first, right? So then we see Dorit, Erica Jane, she goes to visit her. Dorit's getting ready. She's telling Erica, I cannot believe what's going on between me and Kyle Richards. Me and her were besties, and now all of a sudden we're having this big fallout. She doesn't really consider me a big friend anymore because I'm talking about her about her relationship, about her friendship with Morgan Wade. I love her country music. And now the thing between Dorit and Kyle, or at least in Kyle's world, is, that Dorit, she was talking about this relationship or whatever that Kyle had with Morgan that was public to the public audience, all over the internet, all over music videos, all over pictures. Dorit had an opinion on that, and now Kyle's bothered by that. Why? I'm not sure. Kyle, she sent a very, very, very long, she sent a 4-page letter like Aaliyah to Dorit, and she basically tried to be, what's the word? Passive aggressive with it, like, hey, Dorit, I know we're besties, but can you shut the fuck up and not say anything about me and Morgan? I love you, bestie. That's how it basically was. Dorit, you're much better than me because what Kyle really needs is somebody to really back her into a wall. And I feel like you have it in you to do it, but for some reason you play too nice with Kyle, because if I was you, I would have replied, Erica, give me my phone. Let me text this bitch. Hey, Kyle, just want to let you know that I fucked Mauricio 2 nights ago. And if you have something to say, I'll be sitting 2 seats away from you at this reunion with Erica in the middle. So we could talk then. Like, don't threaten me and don't try to be passive aggressive by telling me to, be quiet, because Dorit is just like, she tried to silence me. Were you silenced or were you silenced? We finally get to the set. We see Andy in the middle, of course. The set design is very beautiful. I think that this is the second time that they're doing this virtual screen thing. It kind of made me uneasy though, because it reminds me of that big ass crystal ball in Las Vegas, like the big monitor or whatever. I think Orange County did it first. They did it really beautifully. I want this to be a thing moving forward, because some of these reunion sets recently, they've been very questionable, right? So everybody's coming out one by one. They're all taking their seats. And you already know that we have to talk about seating placements and outfits. So we start with Annamarie. I've been mispronouncing her name according to her the entire time. I thought it was Anne-Marie, but it's Annamarie. She says it's a Dutch name. She's at the very, 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 very left side of the corner of the left couch. And okay, rightfully so, she didn't really do much or anything. If anything, I feel like she should have been sitting in Satin's esophagus, but I digress. Her outfit for her first reunion, I thought she looked really, really pretty. I love the shoes. I love the hair. And then somebody pointed out on Twitter that this is the same exact dress that Sleepy Charisse wore to the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion last season. And I'm like, oh no, not Sleepy Charisse, but let's just play, Housewives stole my reunion look. Between Sleepy Charisse and Annamarie, who wore this dress better? Then we have Dorit, who took a minute to come out, right? Because she was getting so sewed into her dress. It's never that serious. Dorit, she's sitting 3 seats away from Kyle, the first seat. Okay, understandable. She also didn't really do much. If anything, I feel like she should have been sitting in London with PK and not this reunion. But, because the way they chewed you up, Dorit, at this reunion, yikes. But as for her outfit, when I first saw it in pictures of her standing up, I thought she was the best dressed. I thought she was really, really pretty. But sitting down, You know, obviously, Dorit, you didn't take that into account because sitting down, you look like how I did when I was like 11 years old. Every Saturday morning when I would wake up and watch Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, I would have this big ass blanket over me, you know, with my cereal in bed, just watching TV and stuff. That's how I looked. Just comfortable. It looks like she was about to go into somebody's house like, oh my grandma, what big teeth you have. The better to eat you with, my dear. And what was with the one piece of hair across your forehead? What was that about? You know, I kept looking at it on my screen like, is it me or is it her? Let me wipe my screen a little bit. Maybe it's a piece of hair that fell on it. I'm like, interesting choice, Dorit. Next, we have Erica Jane. And Erica, what in the gay football player is this? You know, it's like she wants to play in the Super Bowl, but she also wants to perform at halftime. Like, hut, hut, hike. It's expensive to be me. I am not a fan of this look, specifically those pointy shoulder blades. And she's had very similar silhouettes to this dress in the past 2-3 reunions, but yeah, Erica, I'm not a fan of this look. And if anything, her dress is also a safety hazard because all it takes is for Erica to turn to her left or to her right. And if I'm Dorit or Kyle sitting next to her, I have a chance of getting smacked in the face by her pointy shoulders. Next thing you know, I'm injured. I'm probably bleeding. I'm missing a tooth or something. I'm upset with Erica. I'm questioning you and your dress. Why are both of you trying to fight me? Now me and you are arguing. We're rolling around on the ground and now we're fired. So technically her dress is a weapon. As for her seating placement, she's sitting right next to Kyle. And I mean, honestly, Erica, you should be lucky that you're sitting anywhere but in jail next to Tom, so we'll leave it at that. As for Kyle, she's the first chair, I guess. She looks really, really pretty. I think that this is probably her best reunion look out of all 13 reunions that she has done. Right across from her, we have Cinderella's mother, Sutton. I like the dress, I like the hair, she looks pretty. As for her having the first chair, I guess there wasn't really much going on this season. They could have chosen anybody blindfolded, like, you know what, I'm gonna choose you for the first chair, and I would have been okay with it. So honestly, nobody deserves to be sitting on the couch. They should all be sitting on the floor. That's how bad this season was. Then we have Garcel sitting next to her. Okay, as for her look, you know, part of me wants to like the look, but then part of me does not like the look at all. I don't know, I'm somewhere in the middle. I like the bob cut, but I'm not even sure if the bob cut goes with the dress. I don't know. So then we have Crystal sitting at the far end of the couch, and honestly, her brother and his ex-wife should have been sitting right there next to Garcel's, and she wants to talk about him 24/7, right? As for her look, at first I thought it was pretty boring and basic, but when I saw it in motion, I actually like the dress on Crystal. I think she looks pretty. It looks like the Versace dress that Jennifer Lopez wears every other weekend, very similar. As for my reunion look, I usually wear something similar to somebody at the reunions, my look being Dorit inspired. What does everybody think? Hold on, let me give you the fan effect. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And you need to see the whole entire outfit. Hold on. What does everybody think? Ooh, Dorit, you could never. You better watch it because PK might come after me. But what does everybody think? This is the whole entire outfit. And you know, my hair, it took me a minute to do my bang. But yeah, this is the whole Dorit inspired look. I like it. I think I might wear this to the grocery store. This is really cute. If anybody sees me at the grocery store, mind your business. Andy starts it off by asking Kyle how she feels about Erica's comments about her being eviscerated at this reunion the same way that she was a couple of years ago. And isn't the word eviscerated such a cute name for somebody? Like, hey, what's your name? Eviscerated. It sounds like a Pokemon. Eviscerated, I choose you. But Kyle, the way she answered this was very telling because she was like, I get exactly where Erica is coming from. She didn't mean it in a malicious way. She just wants things to be right and to be fair, and I completely get it. Besides, me and her, we're like besties. We go all the way back. I love Erica. We have slumber parties every other weekend, and she could have fooled me. I didn't know that her and Erica were so close. Erica, she was like, thank you, Kyle, for understanding. You know, I didn't mean it in a malicious way. I just want everything to be right. So then Andy asks Kyle, so, you know, those interviews that you did about Dorit, what was that about? Now, her tune from Erica to Dorit was a whole different situation because she was like, well, fuck Dorit. I can't stand her. She's the bottom of my shoe. She's garbage. She's trash. I can't stand her. I mean, she basically should have just said that because she acted as if she never knew who Dorit was. She never hung out with her. She basically doesn't even consider her a friend. She feels this way because Dorit has been doing interviews saying that Morgan and Kyle are getting closer than her and Kyle, and she doesn't appreciate that Dorit was questioning her about her marriage on camera on a TV show. And I mean, Kyle, what do you expect? You're on a reality TV show. Like, do you just expect everybody who's your friend on this show to just completely be blind about what's going on in the headlines, in the media, and just talk to you about flowers and rainbows and teddy bears? Like, no, obviously if something's going on, I'm gonna question you if this is a reality TV show based on your real life. Like, what do you want us to talk about? If you wanna be so private, then get off the show. It's that simple. But now she's upset because you see, that's why I feel like she was so up Erica's ass, and she let the whole eviscerated comment go because Erica, she didn't question her at all about her marriage, about Morgan, about nothing. And Kyle likes that. She wants everybody to bow down to her. And Dorit, for the split second that she's not bowing down to her, now she has an issue with it, and now she doesn't know her. So Dorit was just like, I just don't understand, my baby. I thought me and you were close. I thought we were friends. You know, we traveled together, and now you're looking at me as if you don't know me anymore. Kyle had the nerve to say, I feel like you have a whole different perception on our friendship. Like, I do love you, but not like that. Besides, when have we ever gone to dinner when the cameras were not there? Like, damn, Kyle, it's like that. Like, we're really not friends at all. Like, now you don't know me? And then she continues adding on, and she's like, look, we tried to work out recently and go on a walk, and you couldn't even do that. You don't even work out. Dorit, at this point, nope, at this point, you need to take the hood off. You need to take the hood off and just start throwing lies out there to Kyle because she's just walking all over you and you're trying to somewhat, defend yourself, but you're not defending yourself enough. So they start talking about how Dorit accused Garcel of attacking her, and Dorit is telling her, look, I'm not going to know how to use every single word correctly, but if you are going to judge me on my character. And I mean, that's exactly what Garcel was doing, Dorit, because this is not the first time that you said some questionable things on this show within the last couple of seasons. So if the pattern continues on and on and on, how are we supposed to judge you? And if you don't know how to use certain words correctly, go read a damn book. It's that simple. Nobody's doing the research for you. So then Garcel's trying to tell her, look, you know what it's like to actually get attacked. And what I did was not attacking you. You got attacked in your robbery situation. Fake robbery situation, allegedly. And then here goes Dorit. No, I only got robbed. I didn't get attacked. I will assume, Dorit, follow me. If somebody has you at gunpoint, it's considered an attack to me. But of course, Dorit, she has to have a one-up on Garcel, and she always have to try to prove her wrong. So next thing you know, I hear this annoying sound in the background, and I'm like, what is that? My ears started hurting. I'm like, what is going on? It's Annamarie. She raises her hand, and she's like, can I say something to you, Garcel? And I'm like, to Garcel, what's going on here? She's like, it's funny that you're trying to label Dorit as a Karen, this, that, and the third, when your bestie's sitting right there next to you. She said that I was yelling at her, and I was never yelling at her, and you didn't come in my defense. You never said anything about that. And she's basically implying that Garcel is a hypocrite and that she picks and chooses when certain white women on the show could say or do certain things to a black woman on the show, black woman being her and Garcel. But to use Sutton's questionable behavior against you, because I do think that was a little, because I don't personally think that Annamarie was yelling at Sutton when Sutton said, stop yelling at me. I thought something was fishy with that too, but that's just me. But to use that in defense of Dorit's questionable behavior against Garcel, how does that work? Both of the situations are wrong. So what exactly are you trying to defend here? Dorit? No, she's still wrong in this situation. If Sutton is wrong, so is Dorit. Garcel does have a history of being far up Sutton's ass. I always felt like it was a one-way friendship for the most part. It's not until this season specifically that I'm starting to notice that Sutton is finally opening up her eyes. She's finally being there more for Garcel. Because if we remember, I remember clearly, season 11, I believe, Sutton, she was a full-on Karen. She was saying some questionable things, and Garcel asked her about it here and there, but not to the full extent. And she tells Annamarie, we all yell at each other in this group. But Garcel, if Dorit was to tell you, stop yelling at me, and we all know that Garcel does not yell, I'm pretty sure that would not be okay. You would not be okay with her claiming that you were yelling at her. So, I don't know. I get where Annamarie is coming from. I just feel like this was the wrong timing in defense of Dorit. Like, no, Sutton could be wrong for her, for what she said to you, and so could Dorit for what she said to Garcel. Like, let's not try to put one over the other. Like, both things could be true at the same time. So then Andy, he completely ignored her, and he was just like, so anyway, back to Dorit. I'm like, well, damn, Andy, like, let Annamarie, like, breathe for a second. But, Dorit was just like, look, my baby, Garcel, I just want to know, do you like me or not? Do you want to move forward or not? Garcel, she took a second, she was just like, sometimes. Sometimes I like you, sometimes I don't. Do I want a friendship with you? I'm not sure. We're just gonna have to see. I don't know. It's up in the air. And I'm like, well, honestly, she should have just said no, because I don't think that she'll ever see it for Dorit. I feel like deep down inside, she dislikes Dorit, and that's that. But that's that, Dorit. You've been getting chewed up at this reunion, and it's only been like, what, 20 minutes? If I was you, I would be sitting there like... And if that wasn't enough, they start talking about Dorit's Instagram caption of her being in her own bubble. Dorit tries to explain that, and she's like, yes, maybe I should have worded it differently. I didn't mean any harm by it. And Crystal, this is when she tags herself in. And it's something about Crystal and reunions that she gets activated, because she could go the whole entire season completely quiet with no storyline, talking about her brother 24/7. But the second that she hits the reunion stage... Okay, time to go to war. So she made sure that the battery was fully charged. She tells Garcel, okay, I got this. Dorit, but you posted the caption twice. Garcel, she's listening to her excuse, and she starts telling Crystal, you see, this is what I'm talking about. And Crystal just continues telling her, like, no, Dorit, what you're saying is not making sense. Garcel is just looking at her like, yeah, no, you need to stop with that. And yeah, Dorit, I mean, you could have captioned your corny pictures with PK any different way. So continuing with Annamarie, she starts talking about her embarrassing husband, how he claims that she's an 8.5 look-wise. She's laughing about it like, yeah, we're like friends. We could joke around with each other. First of all, I wish a mother trucker would say I was an 8.5. First of all, if I'm not a 10 out of 10 to you, we're done. We're no longer in any type of relationship, let alone a marriage. Like Annamarie, the second that he would have even said, you're an 8, divorce. Like, no, and she's laughing about it like, oh yeah, he's an 8.5 to me too. Okay, so then, she also says that her mom passed away recently from a tumor. And I saw a clip online. I believe she was doing an interview with, what's that thirsty lady's name? Tamara Judge. Ugh. I believe she was on her podcast. And she said that, yeah, that they recorded an entire scene of her mom telling her for the first time on camera about her diagnosis. And yet we didn't get any of that. Again, bravo. This is why we didn't really get a good picture of Annamarie. All we got was esophagus. Where was that scene? I was waiting for Andy to question her about the allegations on her husband, but that never came up. So then he mentions Crystal, and Crystal, like I said, she's like a Tesla. She's fully charged. She's just waiting on somebody to try her, right? Because he's like, so what's going on between you and Crystal? Is everything okay now? Annamarie, she's like, I'm going to tell the truth. And I'm going to tell the truth. And when I met Crystal, she actually came up to me and she said, hey, I'm a housewife. And somehow I really, really, really don't believe that. I just don't see Crystal specifically going up to anybody on the show or anybody in general like, hey, I'm a housewife on the Real Housewives. Like, I don't see her doing that. Now, Dorit... Dorit's a whole different thing. I could see her going up to Annamarie like, hi, my baby, I'm Dorit. I'm on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Maybe she got two people mixed up, but I don't see Crystal doing such a lame thing like that. Crystal's just like, I would never do that. I would never say that. Who talks like that? So Annamarie, they start talking about this whole... I can't pronounce it, anesthesiologist. And now they added a new thing to the equation too. It's like an anal something. I don't know, Anna something, right? We'll say Anna. They start going back and forth with this. You're an anesthesia, you're an anastash, you're an anastouche, you're an anesthesia. Hey, Macarena, all right. So then Annamarie, she told Sutton, I really want to apologize for my behavior about your esophagus. I watched it back and I was just doing too much. So I'm so sorry for that. Sutton, she was just like, it's okay. I completely forgive you. I just didn't appreciate you discussing all of this behind my back. I didn't like that. So that's that. And hopefully we never, ever, ever have to hear esophagus ever again on this show. Crystal says that the reason why she doesn't really say much in group scenes is because she's constantly observing everybody's bodies, how they're getting skinnier over the years, and someone with a history of an ED, it triggers her mental health. And did anybody notice that the second that she said that, Erica Jane, she looked down at the ground? Because supposedly there's been rumors that her and Kyle take Ozempic, allegedly, but hopefully Crystal is continuing getting help with that, because I don't want to see her in certain scenes and, think like, oh, is that why she's being quiet? Because that's just not a good way of living. So then they ask her, so do you still think that they're all fake socialites and they're uneducated? And she's like, well, it's not that I think that they're uneducated. It's just we have pointless conversations sometimes. That's that. Then Annamarie, she tells Crystal, Crystal, I know that you lied about Sutton, or you were trying to assume that she was racist. You fell out with all 14 of your friends. You lied on me. And you know what? I don't want to be a part of your circle of lies anymore. Here goes Crystal. Well, guess what, Annamarie? You don't have to worry about it because you're not going to be in my circle of lies. So, yikes, Annamarie. And Crystal, she has such a bitchy tone to her voice. So it comes out even sharper. I'm like, damn, finish her. So then I believe Andy asks Dorit, oh, Dorit, why do you seem to be the one to get so offended about her comments about being uneducated? Here goes Dorit. I'm the only one on the stage with a college degree. Oh, Dorit, you just really don't know how to stop it, right? Because the second that those words left her mouth, for a second, I thought everybody was going to get up and just jump her, because they were like, no, Dorit, no, I have a degree. Now, wait a minute. You know what it reminded me of? That clip of Kelly Osbourne when she said something and she was just like, in the sense that, and everybody was just like, ooh, that's not. Same situation, like, Dorit, you just really don't know how to use your words properly, right? So Crystal was just like, oh, well, you know what? Because of you specifically, I'm still going to stick by the uneducated comment. I think that you're uneducated. And I'm like, oh, Dorit, just when I thought that they were done chewing you up, Crystal, she puts you back in her mouth to chew you up some more, because she's like, yeah, you calling me a child bride, what an ignorant thing to say. Dorit, she was just like, well, what's her name? Priscilla was a child bride in a way, right? That's what I was referring to. I didn't mean any harm by it. Of course, you never mean any harm by anything you say, right? But she's telling her that she's Asian and she can't use terms like that with her specifically. Here goes Kyle. Kyle, you were sitting quiet the last, 10, 15 minutes. All of a sudden, now she wants to defend Dorit. And it's funny because you were the first one at this reunion to chew up Dorit. Now, all of a sudden, you want to defend her? For this specifically too, she's like, Crystal, no, what she meant was, everybody calls each other 12, when they're acting childish. That's what she meant, like 12, everybody uses 12. And I'm like, Kyle, please don't make me call Kathy. Because she's coming in her Uber Black. So she's down the street. So that was that. Crystal was just like, Dorit, I'm not doing it with you. I'm not doing it with your microaggression. And did anybody see how Garcel told Crystal? You see, that's what I'm talking about. And then Erica Jane, she took a jab at Dorit and she was like, well, I wouldn't say it's a microaggression. It's more like a macro. And I'm like, ooh, Erica, do you want to switch sides or switch couches? Like, it's so interesting to see the fall of Kyle, Erica, and Dorit and Lisa Rinna. That whole little clique of theirs are just slowly crumbling. Andy brings up the passing of Kyle's best friend, Lorraine, and how that situation impacted Kyle's life, and it made her really look at things differently, including the relationship that she has with Dorit. And honestly, I really wasn't sure what they were getting at with this, because Kyle is upset that Dorit took Kathy Hilton, her sister, her side last year at the reunion from last season, and she told Kyle, I really do think that maybe you should just hear out Kathy. And Kyle, I still remember she had the audacity to shut Dorit down and was just like, I don't want you to speak right now. It could not have been me, but it was Dorit. And I just don't understand what the issue is. Like, obviously, there's much more to it. Is there jealousy? I don't understand why everyone is so afraid of Kathy Hilton. Like, I get it that, she's Miss Beverly Hills, but does she really just, does she just snap her fingers and she just gets whatever she wants? Like, absolutely not. And I just feel like that's where Dorit is coming from as well with that. Like, she wants to be in Kathy's good side, but at the same time, she wants to balance her relationship with Kyle. So then eventually it comes out that Kyle feels that Dorit is basically doing all of this and trying to be on Kathy's side because of the audience. Because she sees what people say about Kathy online. So obviously Dorit, she also wants to jump on the train. And honestly, Kyle, I would believe you, but I don't, because Dorit, if that was the case, Dorit would see everything that everybody's saying about her online about, oh, you're a racist, you're a Karen, microaggressions, all of this, all of that. Obviously, she doesn't see any of that. She doesn't care. So, and she continues with her behavior. If she does, maybe she would, maybe she would sway to the audience and be like, you know what, let me change my behavior because everybody obviously doesn't like me. So that's why I don't really see her looking at what people say online about her, because if that was the case, we wouldn't get the Dorit that we have now, unfortunately. So Dorit can't believe what she's telling her. And she's like, wow, Kyle, wow, I can't believe that you're accusing me of this. I would never, my baby. I can't believe this. And that was that. But I just feel like there's something much more to this that they're not telling us, that Kyle obviously doesn't want out there. And I don't know, maybe it has something to do with Mauricio. Like, I don't know, because Kyle, the way that she's coming for Dorit like this, out of nowhere, like, it just can't be because she talked about, Morgan and her and their relationship. It can't just be because she was trying to defend her sister, Kathy. Obviously, there's something much more rooted deeper within this relationship or this friendship between them. And, that's unfortunate because Dorit is so blindsided by this. And Dorit, I'm going to need you to get up. I'm going to need you to get up and obviously see that Kyle is not your friend. You need to stop treating her like a little baby or whatever and just come at her full force. Because obviously that's the only way that you're going to obviously get to her. She doesn't see you as a friend, so stop seeing her as a friend. And stop seeing Erica as a friend too. At this point, Dorit, you're kind of like on your own little island. I mean, you have Annamarie. But that's not really much because honestly, both of you are about to get the boot for next season. So that was that. That's how the first part of the reunion ends. I thought everybody was activated except what's her name, Erica Jane. Erica, come on now. Like, obviously, maybe she wants to take it easy this time around because the past, 2-3 reunions have been really, really, really rough for her and her bank account. So let me know what you all thought about this first part of the reunion. What did you think about my Dorit-inspired reunion look? Let me put the fan on one more time so you could get the full look. Yes. Anyways, let me know what you all thought about this reunion down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.